and you're welcome to my video. And in this video I'll be covering out the weekly outlook for this brand new week, which will be the second week of September 2025. So I wouldn't want this to be too long, and I wouldn't want to keep us and bore us with so much talking. I'll jump right into this immediately. So if just usually the way I like to do this, starting from the 1 week time frame. On the 1 week time frame, I think I've spoken about the need or the possibility of price tapping out these 300-400 levels before this the previous week just closed, especially price to possibly tap towards these levels right here, but then we could see price did not tap it and held up to the higher levels, which were still at around 34.40. So price bought up aggressively with that, but then I want us to take note of this level still due to this FVG that is sitting right here, and also this flip level, how price flipped this guy closed above this zone, picking leaving this zone as a probable place to buy, and which also sits at around the midpoint of the FVG. So I would like to mark that out too. So already now that we've seen all of this on the weekly time frame, let's go down to daily. Time frame, and when we come down to daily, you could see how price has with last week price bought up aggressively and kept on pushing aggressively. What I actually generally expect is the need or the possibility for price to actually fall back towards this level to correct before it continues pushing up higher. But then there's a very, very high chance and high probability that price might not do that, and price will continue to buy up aggressively. So with this factor that we've seen already, we could take a closer look at this point right here, where you can see this FVG. This FVG is on daily time frame. We could see how price tapped into it, gave a good reaction to the upside that closed above the candle that tapped into it, and the candle that tapped into it actually swept liquidity from the other candle before it. So with that in mind, let's go down to 4 hours time frame. So when we come down to 4 hour time frame, if we should look at this side closely, you could actually see this FVG that was starting to hold price down, but then price didn't sell, and with the help of the NFP, price closed above it aggressively and kept on pushing up higher. So what I actually want to see this week is I want to see some form of reaction when price comes back to this level. This reaction could be as strong as coming back to take out the new 88, which will be our previous week high, take it out and chase probably as high as 36.40 levels before anything. This is actually a big possibility, or the tendency of price coming back to tap into it, pushing up and then picking up more sales and selling down lower. So basically this is like my broad view towards the possibility of what could happen with the new week right now. So if we should go down to 1 hour time frame now, we could still see how all of this is still adding up. In the last video for the recap, I covered an entry. I covered a type of entry which we could call it like an inversion of head and shoulder trading or head and shoulder patterns, with when price sweeps liquidity and all. That's in the previous video I said it should look something like this. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let me do that again. Should look something like this. Something like this, and you could see a push back down, indicating price is trying to respect the level, and then probably price failing to continue and starting to play around it before next thing a full body close above and price tapping it again and pushing up higher. So if you should look closely, you could see this actually was actually forming within this FVG right here, but then price, I think I was even selling on this day, because you would definitely see the precursors on lower time frame before you could start to see the failure with the full close like this and pushing up to the upside. So this is actually what I expect. I expect price to possibly come back down towards this level, come back down towards this level and then push up higher. And if price fails to do this, what I expect to see is price tapping this and picking up more sales, which we'll be able to identify to, and selling down a bit lower towards 3500. These are like the two possibilities to what I want to see happening this new week. And if this is 1 hour time frame, let's go down to 30 minutes. Sorry, that was a mistake. Let's go down to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I'm still saying the same thing here on 30 minutes. So let's go down to 15 minutes. I want us to see the possibility of the sell entry, which could actually give us any of this, which actually give us the sales towards the entry, which could land at around 35, 51, 52 levels, somewhere around here though. So just take note of that level. If we should, let's go down to 5 minutes now. On 5 minutes time frame, you could see what happened here. Break of structure, price coming back, picking up trades, pushing up higher. Most buyers were trying to buy this level, but then you could see how price was starting to fall short and fall weak. Started to do this. Here was this break. So what I actually want to see is, with the market open on Sunday, probably it might be a gap, but then price coming back something like this and then selling. This will give us actually good opportunities to sell towards this level, which we are looking for our buys. And these sales could actually be as simple as this or something like this though, but might be risky due to the fact that we have previous week high sitting right here. So to give us something like this and give us a beautiful 5-hour trade. So this is actually what I'm actually expecting for this new week. If you're not part of the channel, try to use the link in the description to join, so that you could actually be active when I drop these trades. And also stay active, like this video, share this video, and leave a sub to the channel. I do this every week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So thank you for watching, and I love you all.